The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Hi, this is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law. I hope you enjoy this video and podcast. If you need some help, please give us a call at 563-503-6910. That's 563-503-6910. Thanks for watching and listening.
Hi, this is Andrew with Learn About Law, and in this video we will review the Iowa appeals process. So let's start with how the Iowa appeals process works in Iowa. So in Iowa, all cases are initially heard by the district trial courts. During these hearings, both sides will present evidence and written and oral arguments. Depending on the specifics of the case, so criminal versus divorce versus child custody, a jury may be present or it will be a bench trial, meaning the judge makes all the decisions a jury would. At the conclusion of the trial court hearing and after final judgment has been rendered, or after a certain order or motion has been entered by the trial court judge, the parties can seek to appeal to the Iowa Appellate Court to have the judge's order reversed. In Iowa, all appeals go straight to the Iowa Supreme Court, which then decides which cases it will hear and which cases it will transfer jurisdiction to the Iowa Court of Appeals. The appellate court's job is not to commence an entirely new hearing, but to review the record of the trial court, along with briefs prepared by both parties. Rarely will an appellate court's review have oral arguments, and even if they are, granted they are typically short, 15-minute affairs. After reviewing all the information, the appellate court can affirm the order handed down in the district court, rule in favor of the appealing party, and reverse the order, modify the court order, or demand the case back to the district court. It's not abnormal to have multiple orders of a case appealed in different ways. So what types of court orders can be appealed in Iowa? Any party in a case may appeal a final decision by the trial court. Final decisions are those that determine guilt or innocence, liability, custody orders, etc. For example, one of the parties can appeal a final decision from a child custody case that order the child to be placed with a relative rather than the mother or father. An appeal won't be a blanket statement with the argument of the other side is wrong, but will rather focus usually on one or more specific issues such as misconduct by an attorney, improper review of the evidence, certain evidence being admitted or denied, etc. Is there a time limit for filing an appeal in Iowa? Well, yes, appeals must be filed within 30 days of the final judgment as to all claims in the case. Exceptions to this rule include termination of parental rights and child in need of assistance cases under Iowa Code Chapter 232. Appeals to orders, judgments, and motions in these cases must be filed within 15 days. Appeals to motions can be filed within 30 days of the motion submitted, regardless of the final judgment. Final orders on partial dispositions are also appealable, regardless of the time of the final judgment. Filing a notice of cross-appeal in Iowa also has a deadline of 15 days or within 10 days of the filing of the original notice of cross-appeal, while all other cases have a 30-day deadline or 10-day deadline, respectively. The process for filing an appeal is as follows. Within the appropriate deadline, normally within 30 days after the final judgment is handed down, the appealing party, known as the appellate, must file notice of appeal with the district court that entered the order being appealed. Then the appellate must file a notice with the appellate court that the notice of appeal has been filed with the district court. This must occur within 7 days of the initial filing. Within 14 days after the filing of the notice of appeal with the district court, the appellate must file a docketing statement with the appellate court. The appellate and his or her attorneys should be working with the clerk and court reporters of the district court during this entire process to ensure the appropriate documents are included with the appeal and that the appeal is being filed in a timely manner. What happens once an Iowa appeal is filed? So the appealing party begins the process of generating and filing a draft brief. The draft brief is a document that details the argument for the appeal. It references the portions of the trial record and previous decisions of the appellate courts that support its argument. The other party will respond to this initial draft brief with their own. Another round of briefs, these are the final briefs, are collected, and then the appellate court reviews the entire trial court file, including the evidence cited by each party in their briefs. In some cases, an attorney may request an additional oral argument, but these are rare and are limited to 15 minutes from each side. The time frame for this process varies somewhat depending on the case. Those involving a child custody or physical danger to another person are fast-tracked. Also, cases where a sentence is being appealed and not the conviction will take less time. In general, individuals should expect the entire process to take between 6 and 12 months for a decision to come down from the appellate court. So what can you do if you lose an appeal in Iowa? Well, if the appellate court rules against your appeal, you can 1. Just let the ruling stand, 2. File a petition for rehearing with the Court of Appeals within 7 days of the appeals court opinion, or 3. File an application of further review with the Iowa Supreme Court within 20 days of the appellate court's opinion. 10 days for termination of parental rights decision or child in need of assistance decision. An individual can file for both a rehearing with the Court of Appeals and further review with the Iowa Supreme Court at the same time. As always, thanks for tuning in.
Hi again, this is Kevin O'Flaherty. I hope you found this video and podcast helpful. If you need some help, please give us a call at 563-503-6910. That's 563-503-6910. We have several geographic locations for your convenience, and we offer free consultations in many areas of law. Thank you so much for watching and listening.